Half of all women over 50 will break a bone they could have prevented. Half. That is what perimenopausal bone loss looks like when no one talks about it until it's too late. Today we fix that. And we get into carbs, fat, and diet myths that are still costing women muscle and bone. Bone density starts dropping in perimenopause, often years before your last period. Estrogen falls, bone building cells slow down. You can lose up to 20% of your bone and muscle mass in the 5 to 7 years around menopause. By the time most women find out in their 50s or 60s, the loss has been compounding for a decade. Most women never get a Dexa scan before symptoms show. Most do not know what their T-score is. Most are told to take more calcium and are never given a strength program that puts bone under real load. EvolveHer is built for the opposite approach. The minute you upload a Dexa result, the app routes you to the right programming. Upcoming releases will include osteopenia track, 4 weeks of active onboarding plus impact loading. Osteoporosis track, 8 weeks of clinician-supervised onboarding with spine-sparing rules. No Dexa on file will give you standard programming, which means you might be missing some of the bone work that you need. So please book a Dexa scan. Upload the T-score. 3 numbers every woman over 35 should know about her body: a current blood panel, a current hormone panel, and a current T-score. The T-score is the one that nobody is asking for. Here's a quick primer. A Dexa scan is a 10-minute low-dose imaging test. You lie on a table, the machine passes over you. It tells you the density of your bone compared to a healthy young adult of your sex. The number you get is called a T-score. Above -1 is normal. You run standard programming through EvolveHer. Negative to -2.4 is osteopenia, the early phase of bone loss. We put you in the osteopenia track. We give you heavy compound lifts at 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max, plus impact loading. 10 to 20 jumps or jumping chin-ups per session. At or below -2.5 is osteoporosis. For that, we do clinician sign-off, and that's required. Slower ramp, spine-sparing technique, 8 to week active onboarding before we go heavy. All 3 phases get you to heavy lifts. The difference is how fast we get you there and what guardrails we apply. Now let's talk macros. Carbohydrates first, because the wellness internet has been at war with them for 30 years. Carbs are the body's primary fuel. They're the gas for your heavy compound lifts. They refill your glycogen in your muscles between sessions. They support thyroid function, which already takes a hit in perimenopause. And they feed your brain. Low-carb diets work in the short term because they cap calories, not because of any metabolic magic. The mechanism is appetite suppression and water loss, not a fat-specific advantage. Studies that match calories and protein show no significant fat loss difference between low-carb and moderate-carb diets. What chronically low-carb diets do cost you is performance, recovery, and thyroid output. For a perimenopausal woman lifting heavy weights, this is a really bad trade. The EvolveHer carb target lands moderate to high based on your phase. Around 3 to 4 grams per kilogram of goal weight on training days, less than that on rest days. Try to time the bigger meals around your workout sessions for the best return on the food you eat. Now let's talk fat. This is the macro women have been told to cut for 40 years. Most women still undereat it. Dietary fat is what your body makes hormones from. Think estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, progesterone. It is also what carries the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and E, and K into your bloodstream. Going too low on fats tanks your hormone production and your vitamin absorption. The floor for women lifting heavy in perimenopause is 0.6 to 0.8 grams of fat per kilograms of goal weight per day. For a 5'5" woman at a healthy BMI target, that is about 35 to 50 grams a day. Below that, performance, mood, and hormone health all suffer. So think about eating a lot of avocado, olive oil, eggs, fatty fish, nuts, cheese. It's not a moral test. The 2 diet trends I get asked a lot about are intermittent fasting and keto. Both work when they work because they cap your calories. Fasting cuts the eating window. You eat less. The deficit shows up. Keto removes most of one food group. You eat less. The deficit shows up. Neither has a metabolic advantage when calories and protein are equalized. The science on that is consistent. Here's what they cost women over 40. Both make it harder to hit your protein floor across the day. Fasting compresses 3 to 5 protein servings into a 6-hour window. Keto removes the carbs that fuel heavy compound lifts. For a woman whose primary goals are muscle preservation and bone density adaptation, both protocols make the core work harder, not easier. If a low-carb pattern fits your life, the EvolveHer app will support it. We don't punish anyone's approach. We do enforce the protein and fat floors regardless of how you arrange the rest. The floors are not negotiable. The arrangement is yours. So we're 2 videos in, 4 to go. Next week, we're going to talk about cutting strategies, how to set a deficit you can sustain, how fast you should lose weight, and the non-negotiables for muscle and bone in a cut. Then we'll talk alcohol, then reverse dieting, then maintenance, and life after a deficit. Your homework this week, book a Dexa scan if you have not already. They're usually covered by insurance. Upload your T-score in the app the moment you have it, and we'll route you correctly. Remember, book your scan. See you next Thursday. Thanks.